all my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hearn with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute. She spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hearn.
Megan Gunnar puts the afterburners on. Shannon Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks around the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Ride with me, all my girls with me. Ride with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Ride with me, all my girls with me.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Al Pass Arena. It is round 10 of the Allianz Premier 15's as 5th place Gloucester-Hartpury host 4th placed Loughborough Lightning. It is the pick of the weekend's fixtures. A victory for the home team and the race for the playoffs is well and truly on. A victory for the visitors and that top 4 is looking more and more like a closed shop. We're counting down to kick off here once again. Rugby's loss is broadcast gain. Connie Powell, welcome. Last time we spoke, you said that this game was going to be the one where we saw you back stepping out over the whitewash. That hasn't happened, but how close are we?
Oh, not too far away now. Hopefully within the next few weeks. I'm hoping before February.
Okay, but you've enjoyed Christmas. You're ready to go again. How much are you missing it?
It's not until I come and watch it today that I realise how much I do miss it and want to get back out there.
Well, very much looking forward to seeing you back out where you belong. We've got the players warming up behind us. This feels like a big game today. I'm always trying to build must-win narratives. This does feel a little bit like that today, though.
Yeah, there definitely is an atmosphere here. I think, like we just said, we've got ourselves in a few dogfights this year, and I think we need to come away with a win today.
You've come close against some teams around you in the league. You've come close against teams at the top and the bottom, actually. Last time you played Loughborough, it was one of the games of the season. What do you think you have to do today to get the other side of that score ledger?
I think against a team like Loughborough, who the form they're playing with this season, we need to play a lot in their half and be really clinical when we're down there. I think that will make us have the difference between the two teams today.
Well, we are back in 2021. New opportunities for great play, and we're going to see plenty of that today. 4th versus 5th. It's Loughborough versus Gloucester-Hartpury. But before that, let's have a look at some of the highlights from Gloucester-Hartpury against Wasps last round.
Wasps raced out of the blocks at Twyford Avenue as they took on Gloucester-Hartpury. Amy Wilson-Hardy's line break led to the opening try from Maud Muir with just 1 minute played. The Cherry and Whites battled back downfield, earning a penalty on 15 minutes, which was slotted over by Heike George to reduce the deficit to 4. The hosts replied immediately after Gloucester-Hartpury cleared their lines from kickoff. Red Rose wing Abby Dow marked 50 Wasps appearances with a fine solo try from inside her own half. Caris Williams sprinted in for the 3rd try after an offload from Claire Malloy. 9 points was the difference at the break, however, as Georgia Brox barged over and George added the extras. 5 minutes into the second half, Wasps secured a bonus point, Ellie Kildunn romping home. A conversion, and a penalty from the league's top point scorer Meg Jones took the home side to 29. The visitors would have the final say though, Bianca Blackburn reacting fastest at the breakdown. 29-17 at full time. Wasps go into the new year 6 points off top in third position and 14 points above Gloucester-Hartpury in fifth.
Highlights there from Wasps' victory. Of course, Gloucester-Hartpury looking to go better than that today. Change of guest to my left-hand side. Zoe, welcome. Likewise, you were targeting today. It hasn't gone according to plan, but how much further has your return to action been pushed back?
So I'm hopefully going to be back in the next maybe 3 or 4 weeks, so not too far to go. But I just can't wait to get back on the pitch.
It was the Loughborough game earlier in the season where you picked up the knock, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the warm-up of the game last year.
In the warm-up, didn't even get out there. Do you look forward to the games against the bigger sides? What kind of challenges do they have for you personally? Do you get more nervous around them?
Yeah, definitely, but I think it's just like that time where the team's under pressure and it's that time to really perform, and I think the best teams are able to step up to that occasion, and I think Gloucester-Hartpury are definitely a team that can do that.
Well, let's take a look at the league table then, because I've mentioned it a few times today already. You, Gloucester-Hartpury, are in 5th place. Loughborough Lightning are in 4th place. They're on 29 points. You're on 20, but do have a game in hand. A bonus point victory today. That takes you 4 points behind. I mean, Harlequins and Saracens, they've guaranteed that playoff place already, but 3rd, 4th and 5th, that is a real battle, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's always been a bit large contest between that 3rd, 4th and 5th battle every season. I think each of the tables are getting better, and it's just always changing which teams are in those 3, 4 and 5 positions.
And the fixtures today as well. Unfortunately, we keep losing matches to the dreaded C word. Both the games in London today are cancelled, so Quins and Wasps, which is a massive game at the top of the table, that's not going ahead. Neither is Saracens versus Sale. But a quick word on the early kickoff, Bristol Bears versus Exeter Chiefs. Great game and a great victory for Exeter. How did you have that one, be honest?
To be honest, I thought Bristol would have come out just on top, but it is good that's obviously a local derby kind of thing, and I think that'll be an exciting fixture going forward in the next few seasons.
Now, Hartpury is one of those clubs where, you know, you cut you all open and you bleed red. You're a graduate here, right? You don't study here anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Give us a quick word on sort of what it's like to be part of the Hartpury family.
To be honest, it's absolutely amazing. I've been here since I was 16 and I haven't really left, so that's how much it means to me. But like every player here will definitely tell you that it's a great programme to be part of.
Yeah, it certainly runs through the veins of them here. It does in Loughborough as well, but it's not just rugby here at Gloucester-Hartpury. There's plenty going on behind the scenes, so let's take a look on the full package. My mic, microphone 1.
The family feel that you get from being here.
Hartpury life, it doesn't stand still.
They do really look at you as an individual rather than just a person in a massive population.
There's so many options open to you. It is amazing the fact that you're immersed in such a diverse campus.
You meet like-minded people that really want to be in the same industry. It's really specialist, it has the facilities that are just not similar to any other universities.
It's a really friendly, relaxed atmosphere. It's such a nice place to be.
No matter where you're from, no matter what background, whatever, you always feel as if you fit in.
Connie and Zoe have gone into the commentary position. I'm about to go and join them. We're counting down to kick off here at the Allianz Arena, so let's hear from the two coaches, Rhys Edwards and Sean Lynn. Well, the league table doesn't lie. You haven't lost to a team below you this season. You've not beaten a team above you. Would you say that's a fair reflection of Loughborough Lightning this season?
Yeah, I probably think so. I think the league's certainly more competitive now, and there's some teams who've been consistently winning over the last 2 or 3 years, and some of the lower teams now have sort of raised their level, and the league's pretty exciting that you don't really know who's going to win on a Saturday, and certainly you have to perform. If you don't, then you're going to pretty much caught out, and I think that's certainly what happened to us in Wasps. Wasps played really, really well, and we weren't quite at our best, and they beat us soundly, and fair play to them. So it just shows that we've got to be on the button every time we play. So games like this now are pretty big, and they always have been between us and Gloucester-Hartpury. So we're pretty excited to get back on the wagon after Christmas.
Is Saracens one that got away?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it's you've said that, and it's brought a smile to my face. The last 4 or 5 games we've played with them have gone to the wire, and it's frustratingly it's never quite gone for us. But it just shows where we are as a squad. We're capable of beating teams like that. We beat Quins convincingly a couple of years ago, and the challenge for us now, we want to be up there and winning the title. We've got to win those games. But to be in the fight is probably more important, and performances never lie, really.
Well, to get the opportunity to play those teams again later in the season, you need to finish in the top 4. If you get the victory today, do you think that's done and dusted?
Nah, I think it's going to go down to the wire. I think there's probably 5 or 6 teams that could easily be top 4 now, and I think it's just important to focus week in, week out. Obviously with some of the games being cancelled and some games in hand with some teams, it's just important to get points on the table now, isn't it? And I think today's a big one. Between 4 and 5, us against Gloucester is always a good close game with high points, and I'm sure it'll be no different today. But getting the win is most important, and if we can do that in style, then we'll know we'll do well.
They've been involved in some real dogfights this season, whether it's been with you or with teams lower down the league, like Sale Sharks came here and were only 3 points on the wrong end of the scoreline come the end of the match. How do you find yourself in a situation where you're not involved in a match like that, where you do win in style and it's a relatively simple afternoon? Is that a possibility here at the Allianz?
Ask me after. No, it's I think the brand of rugby is important and things like that. I think with 2 teams that want to play a bit of rugby, move the ball and are not afraid to push the ball to the edges, and we've got some high quality players in those back lines, and we've got forwards who can play as well. So when 2 teams like that come together, then that the ball's going to move and there's going to be points on the table as well. So for us, the difference between winning well and then being close comes down to accuracy and how well we keep the ball and how well we control the pitch, because we've got some quality in our team, and so have Gloucester. So it's who can look after the ball the best and play in the right areas, which is a bit of a cliche, but once we do that, then we know we can get points on the board when we get to that goal zone.
And a lot of consistency in today's team selection, just a few changes. How close are we to seeing your best 15 and the best Loughborough Lightning? Great question.
I think for me, that's been one of the challenges this year. We've got a real quality squad, some real depth, and some players who have been training well and even performing well in Saturdays are not necessarily playing because of the nature of the competition, and probably one that stands out is someone like Liv Jones, being one of our top consistent players over the last 3 or 4 years, and with people like Abby Brown coming in now and Lizzie playing at fullback, someone like Liv missing out is probably a sign of where we are as a squad. So we've got some good quality depth, and we're probably still working our way through what that best 15 is, but I'd probably look at it as more of a best 23, because as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, the bench has become really, really important to be able to finish off games or sustain where you are. So we're getting there, but it's a marathon, not a sprint, isn't it? So we've got to get to that top 4 first, and then we've got to see where we are in terms of semi-final.
Good luck today, Rhys. Cheers.
I appreciate that. Cheers, Dave.
Well, Sean, we're always talking about must-win games in the media, and there are plenty of matches to play this season, but you could really do with a W today.
Yeah, you're right. When you're looking at it's 4 for your 5th today, and we've got some Exeter and Bristol behind us, chomping at the bit as well. So yeah, definitely, it's a big one for us today.
Every team is suffering setbacks, whether it's postponements, whether it's injuries, whether it's the dreaded C word that I'm trying not to mention. Give us a quick rundown of the players who aren't available today.
It's a shame really. We took early injuries to Connie Powell, Zoe Allcroft, and then just before Christmas we've taken another injury to Elle Perry. 3 key forwards. And then we're going without we've lost another 3 players then due to work commitments. Sarah Bonner, Sean Williams, Erica Mills, who are all in the forces now, and so we've lost 6 forwards from that, which is tough without anything to do with COVID. So fingers crossed. It's a graduated return to play if you are tested positive. So we had a few before Christmas, and now next week we should see some individuals coming back.
As is always the way here at Hartpury, though, it's like a rugby factory. You've got plenty of talent. How pleased are you with the players who've come in to fill those big gaps?
Yeah, definite. You know, and it's great opportunities for some of these girls. And you look at it, Rachel Lund, who's coming in, she's good today, and she's a great warrior, you know, and everything she does, she'll always give you go forward. She's physical, which I'm really excited to see her play. And then you've got Georgia Brock, who's still a university student for us, and she's another warrior. So it's great to see these girls playing and coming through the ranks.
Lightning earlier in the season, arguably the match of the season so far. From a neutral perspective, we hope that it's another entertainer, but what do you think it'll take for you to come out on the right side of the scoreline this afternoon?
Yeah, you know, you look at Loughborough, they got some great match winners. You know, Helena Rowland in that 10 slot, she just runs it. She can just find space, how, I don't know, but I'm credit to her. So I think it's just about maybe stopping them, but also when we've got the ball, we keep the ball, and we have a good crack at it.
Win today, the top 4's on?
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. So good from that. Cheers, mate.
A wry smile there from Sean Lynn. A win today and the top 4 is on, but still plenty of work to do for both of these sides, who are both able to field strong sides as well. Let's take a look at Gloucester-Hartpury starting 15 here at the Allianz Arena. Catherine Buggy returns to the starting 15 alongside Kelsey Jones and Keris Hale in the front row. Shia Pinnock and Gwen Crabb continue at 4 and 5. Georgia Brock, mentioned there in the interview by Sean Lynn, and Bethan Lewis start on the flanks as they did against Wasps. Bryony King is at number 8 in place of Shona Powell-Hughes. Mo Hunt captains the side from scrum half, following a vastly experienced halfback partnership with Kerry Large at 10. Of the outside backs, Hannah Jones, Kelly Smith and Daisy Farhi keep their places at outside centre, right wing and fullback respectively. Millie Wood returns to the left wing after missing the Wasps game. Rachel Lund starts at 12 for the first time since this reverse fixture back in round 2. For Rhys Edwards and Loughborough Lightning, there are 3 personnel changes to the side that narrowly lost out to Saracens at the back end of 2020. Katie Srivathan at blindside flanker, Ella Vivas at scrum half and Lizzie Goulden at fullback. And then Abby Brown moves out to the wing. In the pack, Lark Davis at hooker is currently the Allianz Premier 15's top try scorer with 9 already this season. But a lot of the danger for that Loughborough Lightning side is in the back line, with Helena Rowland pulling the strings from 10, and of course Emily Scarrett, one of the finest players in the world there at 13. But it's not just a 15-player game these days. It is all about the full squads, and there is firepower on the bench. Looking at Gloucester-Hartpury, Bianca Blackburn has come on at scrum half and made a difference in games. She scored last time out. Players of both sides taking a moment's silence for friend of the club, sponsor of the club here at Gloucester-Hartpury, David Parsons, who died just after Christmas. Our thoughts, of course, with his family, friends and all those close to him. And now the players of both sides and the match officials taking the time, the opportunity and the chance to show the world that there is no room for racism in rugby. And now it's time for round 10 of Allianz Premier 15's. Gloucester-Hartpury in the famous cherry and white jerseys. Kicking off to Loughborough in the African violet with pink shorts. Connie, Zoe, thoughts before we get underway?
It's an interesting kit, but I suppose it goes with the Loughborough theme.
I was talking about the game, not the kit, but it's a good place to start. Kerry Large gets us underway, so Loughborough will have the first possession. Morwena Talling there with the first carry. Very promising young second rower. And Loughborough looking to put some width on it early, which they do up the left-hand side. Important tackle there, dragged down by the sleeve. Now you're going to try not to be too biased today, the pair of you, but what do you want to see from Gloucester-Hartpury in the first 10 minutes to begin with? Connie?
I'd love to see us put out our physical presence that we put out against Harlequins just before Christmas. I think if we do that, we'll be in a really good position.
Oh, here's an opportunity. Kick's been charged down and it's taken by Georgia Brock. And that's it, the opening score. Well, you talk about physicality. What about a 5-pointer inside the first minute? Cracking start for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, great start. I think that'll give us the confidence to go through the game now. And a really good pick-up from Georgia Brock to Shire Pinnock to finish off.
Shire Pinnock gets the opening 5-pointer. In fact, last time we were here, there was that early try again when Bethan picked off the interception on her return. But in what's been billed as a must-win game, that is the perfect start. Inside the first minute, Gloucester-Hartpury haven't even touched the ball yet, and they find themselves 5-0 to the good. Well, the conversion to put the icing on the cake. A few Loughborough players lining up to maybe attempt the charge down here. Off the post and in. And those are the little bits of luck that you need in games like this. Gloucester-Hartpury 7, Loughborough Lightning 0. Let's have another look at this. Took an eternity to get there. Great charge down. It wasn't too much elevation on the kick, so the option for the charge down was there, seized upon, picked up by Brock, and then Pinnock was on hand to dot down. Well, this is the opportunity you talked about, Connie, to show some of that physicality in the forwards. No, in fact, we're going to put boot to ball straight away. That one half charged down too. Maybe there's something in the air today. And fly hacked on. Mo Hunt's there being a menace. Helena Rowland having to track back and get hands on that. So she'll be out of the next attack. Loughborough, their fair share of big ball carrying forwards themselves. There's Nelson. Interesting the response here from Loughborough Lightning. As we said before the game, the same can be said for both sides. Neither has lost to a team below them in the league. Likewise, neither has beaten a team above them. Will Gloucester-Hartpury break that duck today? A lot of rugby to be played. And that's good hands from the forwards in the middle of the park. Little 1-2 there, back from Talling.
It's a great carry from Taisha Harper there.
Yeah, she's made 10 metres when she had no right to, really. Possibly a high tackle, yet advantage coming. No malice in it, but the rules are the rules. And now the crossfield kick, looking for some space. That's a good 50-50, but we'll come back for the high tackle.
12, high tackle.
Not a huge amount of malice in that one, but they just happen.
No, that's where we need to stay on top today. Keep the penalty count low and keep people like Taisha Harper stop from carrying that like that she just did.
And Loughborough find themselves deep in Gloucester-Hartpury territory. Plenty of action in the opening 4.5 minutes here. Round 10 of Allianz Premier 15's. We're due to be 3 broadcast games today. That's taken down to 2 as Loughborough go quickly there. Trevarthen in the side, finding Helen Nelson, who charges towards the line.
Advantage.
Gloucester-Hartpury sniffing around the turnover there, but it is back with Loughborough Lightning. 5 metres from the line, great position in front of the post, putting some of those big bodies forward. Knocking on the Gloucester-Hartpury door for the first time. Got nobody to the right-hand side of the breakdown, so this is only going one way. Could be some space for Helen Nelson there if they do decide to go. Another advantage coming. Big test for the Gloucester-Hartpury defence, but it yields. And Loughborough have got their first points on the board. 5 minutes gone, 2 tries already. We could be in for another cracker between these two sides.
Yeah, I think that's come straight from the line out. I think they've just hit that seam and then worked around the corner, and they've used their big forwards to get over the line there.
And I think that was Lark Davis again, making her tally go up.
10 for the season, that is now. She is in phenomenal try-scoring form. Although I'm not saying it's easy for hookers, but they do tend to get in the armchair every now and then, don't they, you know?
You can comment on that one as a hooker yourself.
Yeah, no, well, they do get a lot of tries, yeah, but you got to hit your line out first.
Yes, you have. Like the reward for doing well. Conversion's good. Gloucester-Hartpury 7, Loughborough 7. What a start. As I was saying just before the lineup, we were due to have 3 broadcast games today. Nick Heath was commentating early on, an absolute cracker between Bristol Bears and Exeter Chiefs. Exeter Chiefs 31-27 victors there. That's available on the RFU's YouTube site. That's well taken on the restart. Yeah, if you didn't watch the game, then make sure you go back. Absolute cracker between 2 teams looking to make waves in this division. And then Saracens were due to broadcast their game too. Unfortunately, that was lost to COVID as Loughborough win another penalty.
You must roll quicker, please.
Yeah, but if this game provides the same amount of entertainment as the other one, we're going to be in for a great afternoon here at the Al Pass Arena, so make sure you stick with us. Conditions have been kind as well, because I'm led to believe that this part of the world was brutally cold earlier in the week, Connie.
Yeah, it was freezing. Luckily, me and Zoe were in the gym.
Is that just in case the physios and the S&Cs are listening and watching, so they know that you were doing all the work you had to get yourselves back in shape? So you said earlier, Connie, that you really miss it, and when you come to games like this to get involved, that's when you realise. What about you, Zoe?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think any game that the team get to be together, I miss as well, like being on the training field. It's just about being around the team, but definitely game day is a big one.
A lesser spotted scrum.
Rare these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of missing things, you're both obviously heavily involved in the Type 5. A scrum something that you miss from the game, or are you happy for them to pass you by?
I definitely miss the physicality of it, especially against your opposite number, more in the front row than the second row for Zoe. But it's also nice to get your hands on the ball a bit more often, I think.
I think it creates the space for the backs to be able to play, and it gives more space, and I think it's a very technical part of the game that's very much missed.
Well, we're going to have another look at it here as we reset. Vivas and Hunt, 2 scrum halves today.
Bind! Set!
Pretty much Wales versus England in the front rows as well.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting combination. Kelsey Jones against Lark Davis, English versus Welsh, and that's a big win for Gloucester.
First scrum penalty goes the home team's way. A chance to kick themselves back into the Lightning half, which they do. In that earlier game, missing touch from penalties cost both teams. Here is Kelsey Jones. See her first arrows of the day, finds the jumper well too, very nice, and now Hunt takes clean ball off the top Hannah Jones there just trying to get around the outside. Loughborough flying up in defence, but good zip on that from Gloucester-Hartpury, kicking in behind, turning the defence, and now Lightning back in their own 22. Rowland doing quite well, but having to do it on her own. Oh, that's been lost forward again. I think Gloucester-Hartpury will be very pleased with that phase of play.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, like I said before the game, we want to be playing our rugby down in this half, and we want to be keeping Loughborough down here. So if we can come out on top down here, that's where we want to be.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for both teams today. They're both going to be wanting to play in the right areas, and whichever team gets to do that will probably be the one that comes out on top.
There's Brock with the carry again. Gloucester-Hartpury back in and around the 22. It's Lund trying to get go forward, does get go forward over the gain line. Tackled by her opposite number, Nelson. Good feet there from Large. Not a lot of space out there though.
Great dummy line there from Bryony King to draw the players in, to allow Kerry to get on that outside.
Players on the blind side there. Fahy finds Millie Wood. Abby Brown making the tackle. There is Buggy.
No, step over her, step over her. Leave it alone, stand up.
Now Large waits, Large gets. Hannah Jones. Loughborough looking a little bit stronger in defence there. Great tackle by Vivas on Large. She was looking to put the width on it. Didn't see the scrum half sneaking up on the inside.
I'd love to see us now come out of this area with points on the board. I think that's where we need to get to win these games. And another penalty.
In your second game, you're learning all about the commentator's curse. I love it. And look at this tackle again. Just delaying the pass. Great awareness there by Vivas to follow it up. But you are right, though. You want to come away with something every time you're in the opponent's 22, particularly in what's potentially a tight game like this. So Loughborough will see that as a win. They've managed to kick themselves back up to the 10. And now Lark Davis needs to find her jumper, which she doesn't. Well stolen. Bethan Lewis puts Gloucester-Hartpury back on the front foot.
I know at training this week they were talking about line-out defence will be massive, so that's a great win for us.
Here is Jones again, steps inside. Another penalty.
You have the ball in their hands, and then you moved it back again. He's playing the ball on the floor.
Just a few of those. They've not been given away in key areas yet, though. They've been mostly midfield, but what they do allow Loughborough is to get 20, 25 metres without really having to try for it.
Especially with Helena Rowland at 10, her kicking has been amazing this season.
It's been a real key for Loughborough Lightning this year. Started all but one game. Mark Davis finds a good line-out jumper there. Now here is Scarrett. They send the runner through a hole, but Amelia Harper runs into a red wall instead. Nelson dink in behind from Rowland to chase, but Rona Lloyd can't quite get there. She'll be a threat today. 6 tries in her last 5 games. She got a brace against Quins.
Yeah, I think Loughborough's whole back line poses a lot of a threat to us. They've got some a lot of pace out there.
Kelsey Jones to hit her jumper again, which she does. Shia Pinnock with the safe hands. The clearance kick from Hunt.
I think that was quite a good clinical line out from us to hit our jumper well and get out of our little red zone to get a bit of safety in that.
That challenge from Bethan Lewis has been a real feature of the Gloucester-Hartpury defensive line out. Successful once and certainly put Courtney Holtkamp off there, slowing down the momentum, which given Loughborough got their try off the back of a line out. Be something that'll please Gloucester-Hartpury and the coaching staff. Oh, that was so close to being brilliant. Didn't quite stick for Amelia Harper. She throws her head back in frustration as 15 minutes ticks by on the clock, still 7-7.
Yeah, I think Helena Wren is really attacking at the line, so it's really important that we stay on her and get her down wherever she's coming from.
Free kick then, Gloucester-Hartpury ball. And this time it's charged down by Loughborough. Nelson getting hands to it, but it comes back the home team's way, and Kerry Large puts boots of ball again. Here's Rowland returning it with interest. Trying to take the long way around, does take the long way around, just scragged down over the 10. A few more steps and that could have been real trouble for Gloucester-Hartpury. Here's Danica Menin looking for the offload, can't quite get their hands on that from Gloucester-Hartpury too. Couldn't quite get the turnover though. Nelson, here's Scarrett. Lizzie Golden picking up the pieces. First start at 15 this season for Golden. Had a game at outside half for Worcester Warriors, against Worcester Warriors should I say. A versatile young back coming through the Loughborough Lightning ranks now. It's another good ball finding Trevarthen.
This is where for Gloucester we can't get bored in defence. I know Sean Lynn goes on about that a lot in training, that you can't get bored in defence. This is where we'll really put our mark on the game from a dominant point of view.
Holtkamp wants it, Holtkamp gets it. Good intensity from Gloucester-Hartpury in defence though. Coming up to meet the ball carriers. The game just calmed down a little bit after that frantic start with 2 tries in 5 minutes. 10 scoreless minutes, would you believe? As Loughborough kicked themselves back into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. Still Gloucester-Hartpury 7, Loughborough Lightning 7.
Mo, you're inside. Tom off. Yeah, no, let's do it now. Let's do an easy one now. Water break. Ladies, let's take the water break now. Water break.
Oh, and just like that, we're having a water break.
Time's off.
I'll be honest, it's absolutely freezing here. I'd rather it was a coffee break.
Yeah, of course.
Something warm to wrap the old hands around. But if you are just joining us, welcome. We're here at the Alpas Arena. It is round 10 of Allianz Premier 15's. Gloucester-Hartpury against Loughborough Lightning. They got off to a dream start with a try inside the first 60 seconds. Loughborough Lightning struck back quickly. In fact, we're going to see a replay right now. Dream stuff here. Georgia Brock. Not a great trajectory on the kick. She pounced on it. Great supporting line. Great awareness by Shia Pinnock. She was there to touchdown. It's her first try of the season as well.
She definitely deserves more as well. She's been playing fab this season. She's really stepped up into that second row shirt, and so has Georgia Brock. She's been putting her mark down.
And this is Loughborough Lightning striking back. Lark Davis with hands on the ball. You can just see her just strolling into position. You hookers do it so well. You time it. You're like goal poachers in football, aren't you? You're like Gary Lineker. I'm aware that is probably an outdated reference because everyone just knows him as a presenter now, but trust me, he was a great player too. Anyway, we are halfway through the first half.
We all good to go?
Connie, Zoe,
all good?
In whichever order you please, your thoughts on what you've seen so far?
I think that both teams are recognising that playing in the right areas is really important, so we're going up and down the field quite a bit, and I think that Gloucester's line speed has been very good, putting the Loughborough back line under a lot of pressure, which is really important as they've got a lot of threats, and that's where the main threats come from.
I think penalties wise, Gloucester needs to keep that penalty count down, and I think a big part of the game will be that line out success. I think, as we said before, Helena Rowland with that kick, we've got to be careful in giving penalties away and then winning a line out.
Well, Kelsey Jones has been flawless so far, and Gloucester-Hartpury managed to pinch some Loughborough line-outs as well, as Rowland gets the ball deep. And that's a kick to chase. If this gets a good bounce, it could be on here. Oh, it doesn't quite. Scarrett there, attempting at the fancy footwork, but instead it's Hunt that comes away with it, finding Bethan Lewis there in the black scrum cap at open side flanker. But another penalty forced at the breakdown by Loughborough Lightning. And as you mentioned, Connie, that is something that Gloucester-Hartpury really need to tighten up, because it will cost them as the game wears on.
Yeah, 100%. I think they've just got to be a bit more savvy on where we're going to carry and what areas of the pitch. Bethan Lewis is great carrier, but what did we have in front of us? Loughborough were coming to get us.
That is a fantastic kick.
Yeah, just at the end.
The Loughborough Lightning with the line out in a very similar position
Drop over. Sit.
to where they scored their first try from. Mark Davis with ball in hand. She might even be looking to make it number 11. There she goes, taking up that position in the armchair. They work the ball back and now start to work towards the Gloucester-Hartpury line. They have a second bite at it too. This clinical stuff from Lightning. Still with Davis. Davis is down. Oh, but short of the line. Still 7-7, held up. And that is a win for Gloucester-Hartpury. The score remains the same. They've still got some defending to do.
Yeah, I think Lightning are very clinical in this area. Their line-up's been on point at the moment, so I think it's really important for Gloucester to keep putting the pressure on.
Another scrum penalty here would be fab.
Now keep your eye on Rachel Malcolm, club captain.
Crouch!
Wearing number 8 for Lightning.
Bind! Set!
Georgia Rock might have some defending to do up that blind side as well.
Use the ball!
More solid scrum this time. It's squirted out of the back and Mo Hunt's scrambled it clear. And the ball's gone dead. Great work from Hunt. It's just nutmegged Rachel Malcolm. She couldn't control it at the back of the scrum, and that is 25 very useful metres upfield for Gloucester-Hartpury. And an opportunity gone for Loughborough Lightning, still 7-7. Good ball off the top, Vivas finds Rowland. There's Nelson. Abby Brown off her wing, lovely floated pass there, or has it just gone forward? Oh, Rona Lloyd.
Well, I think that was very harsh.
It was close, wasn't it? That was pretty much exactly where our commentary position is. We're pretty much on the 10-metre line. And we look right down the barrel of that.
I think if you're a Loughborough supporter, wasn't forward. If you're Gloucester, you're happy that was called.
And for us neutrals, the referee's decision is final. Well, they just ploughed that straight down the park, and Lizzie Golden has the chance to counter-attack here. She puts boot to ball. Is that going to go straight out? Oh, not quite. Does get a bounce. And Daisy Fahy. Good strike on that kick, but her opposite number, Golden's ready to go. Passes that one off the left hand back in field, and Rowland in behind. First time we've really seen a kicking battle. So Smith pumps that straight back down to Golden.
A bit of tennis, haven't we?
Yeah, it's just forwards running shuttles in the middle of the park at the moment, isn't it? Lloyd making the tackle there on Hunt.
So when that happens in a game, what do you think? Do you just think I'm just going to stay still and wait for it to do something?
I always think it's got to be the last one, so I'm literally sprinting after it. Who's the ball? Stay there.
Now Hunt with the box kick as the game just settles into a rhythm as we approach the last 10 minutes before half-time. Big calls to push up from the defence as Scarrett now kicks that one straight out on the full. That's a mistake. And after about 5 minutes, Gloucester-Hartpury win the kicking battle.
That's a great small win for us. We'll be looking at now being clinical and winning this line out and getting into Loughborough's red zone.
Well, you've been starved of territory for the last 10 minutes or so. 2 visits to the 22, 1 score. Not as clean, but it has come back Gloucester-Hartpury way, but also won the penalty too. Now, corner or posts, what would you do?
I go post here. Get in front before half time.
Well, they've thrown caution to the wind and they are going to the corner. This is a big decision.
Yeah, I think that just shows the confidence that the girls have in themselves.
I know definitely in the squad we've been talking about being dominant, and I think we did that against Harlequins, and I think that's just pulling that forward into these big games now, and it shows how we're developing as a squad.
Kelsey Jones needs to find a jumper. Gloucester-Hartpury have defended these positions. Now can Loughborough Lightning do the same? Found the jumper. Now it's set. Now Jones takes the position at the back. Creeping towards the line. Got Katie Trevathan in an offside position, but Gloucester-Hartpury have been clinical, have got the second try and lead for the second time in the match. Gloucester-Hartpury 12, Loughborough Lightning 7.
Nice to see Kelsey Jones get that try again. She's hit a jumper, found her, and she's touched down for a decent try.
She's got a reward.
She's got a reward.
Okay.
If only it were that simple. Gloucester-Hartpury 2 tries and 12 points to 7 to the good. I had a feeling this was going to be a good game. If only we had another camera on the commentary position so you could see these two dancing when that second try went down. Unsuccessful with the conversion though, so the score remains Gloucester-Hartpury 12, Loughborough Lightning 7.
Be amazing if we could keep them out now till half time and go in leading. That'd be amazing.
On balance of play, I think you, Sean Lynn, and everyone here at Gloucester-Hartpury will probably be happy that you're 5 points to the good.
Yeah, but I think we've got to be careful of Loughborough coming straight back. They've got threats all over the field.
Hunt for the clearance.
So, can you remember a couple of seasons ago when we had Loughborough and it was a 4-5 playoff to who was going into the playoff and we lost the game from a scrum penalty?
I remember in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Chip ahead by Fahy. So Goulden. Oh, good feet there by Lizzie Goulden to get herself out of trouble. Runs into Trevathan, but the referee happy enough to let her get away with it. Talling puts her head down. Very strong ball carrier. It's Rowland again, putting the whip on it, finding Nelson. Touched away out of trouble there is Helen Nelson. But then knocked it on in contact. Uncharacteristic mistakes here for Loughborough Lightning. So I've got an embarrassing correction to make, you know. It wasn't Kelsey Jones getting a reward at all. It was a penalty try, so the score is 14-7. My eyes did deceive me. Alas, the score is 14-7. Gloucester-Hartpury are 7 points to the good, not 5 points to the good. And Mo Hunt's looking to kick them back into a good position, but that goes out on the far side. So yes, apologies to the viewers who are probably shouting at the screens thinking, what are those three on about? But the penalty try was awarded for pulling down, 14-7, 6 minutes to go before half-time. Might be a few minutes longer than that though, so our watch is not linked in with the referee's watch, so if your team is winning when the clock goes red at the end of the match, don't get too excited because there might be a little bit of meat left on the bone.
I thought you were going to give a little tap through. Sorry.
I see Sean Lynn in the corner having a good little clap. I think he's getting excited on the mic.
Cool. I think he's just warming his hands up, to be honest. Right, there you go. Okay, time on.
There are a few things in Premier 15's rugby that bring more joy than a happy Sean Lynn. As Loughborough get us back underway, that's been knocked on off the top of the line out too. Tempting quick ball. And Vivas couldn't gather it from Tally. Now another chance. Free kick. 30 metres out. So here's Crab. Pinnock. 2 second rowers linking up well. Here is Beth and Lewis. Sneaking back into the 22. Good quick ball as well.
No, she's fine.
Crash forward by King. Gloucester-Hartpury in a bit of a purple patch at the moment. Here's Large. Good tackle again by Vivas. Diminutive figure, but really puts herself about in defence. Hunt finds Pinnock, the scorer of the opening try. It's over the gain line again. Jones there just slowing down into contact. Penalty Gloucester-Hartpury. Now points or corner. Oh, they've gone quickly. Hunt's gone. Oh, and she gets absolutely melted by Rachel Malcolm. What a shot that was.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up!
Well, important phases here for Gloucester-Hartpury. Decided to go quickly when points were on offer, or they could have gone for the corner, which led to the try last time. A lot of pressure on these phases now. I feel as though they really need to get something from them. Lewis forced backwards. Loughborough somehow look a bit short in defence there out wide, but so many bodies committed around the posts. Here's Hunt, a cluster of forwards. Again, drive towards the posts. There's Lewis, she gets met again by African Violet. Now, is there some space out wide? Not this time, it's a short ball again. Good phases from Gloucester-Hartpury, but Loughborough Lightning win the penalty. The chance has gone. And was the tap penalty the right decision?
I think Mahon always just likes to keep the tempo in the game, and I think it was perhaps a good option to go for, but Loughborough's defence was just too strong for us there, and they managed to get the turnover. I think maybe we could have gone a bit earlier out wide before the Loughborough had time to get around the corner.
Score remains 14-7. Rowland finds a good touch, and I think Lightning will be breathing a sigh of relief there. They've got away with one. But this has been a good 10 minutes for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been dominant in their red zone. It's a shame we didn't come away with points then, but I think, it shows how we've grown as a squad and we're developing in those areas.
Rachel, are you in or out? If you're in, come in, okay? Make sure you stay on your mark as well, okay? Mode 2 in, please. In you come, in you come. There we go.
Well, that has been overthrown too, but it's come back Loughborough's way. So Vivas at the back. Alas, it's not straight. And a few set-piece mistakes from Lightning.
Unlike them, from how they've been playing this season, you'd probably say that that's one of their strongest parts and probably one of the best lineouts in the league. So, uncharacteristic.
But scrum. Gloucester-Hartpury put in. Do you know, we've seen more in this first half than I've been used to with Premier 15's games.
Feels like the scrums last season, or how the games were playing, like scrums every 2 minutes.
Set!
So Hunt with the put in, Large waits.
Okay, ball's available. Let's use it, please. Use the ball
Very
now.
competitive scrum. Either willing to yield, so King goes up the blind side. Trevarthen making the tackle. Another opportunity for Gloucester-Hartpury. They'll be after good quick ball. There's Lund running onto it. Pinnock adding her weight. Hannah Jones. Scarrett, her opposite number, makes the tackle. Hunt again, looking for that tempo, so sends Brock. Large. Oh, wasn't Buggy not expecting that ball.
Just one on the floor. Not going any quicker.
Every front rower in the country there has gone, yeah, that's the dummy line I'm running. I'm not expecting that ball there.
Oh. So I'm off. You alright?
The idea was there.
Okay. Right.
I think Kelsey Jones might have a little nosebleed.
Yes, the medic's on.
No, I'm looking through you.
It's interesting, they're still fully PPE'd up. Look, they've got their medical equipment, of course, their face masks, their gloves, and their, what do you call them, pinnies?
Bibs.
Bibs.
Aprons.
I remember the first match back when rugby restarted at the Stoop. It was Harlequins men's against Sale Sharks, and it looked like the medical staff were out of Chernobyl. They had so much stuff on. They had the full PPE. I swear they had gas masks and everything. But,
I think we're so lucky to be able to be still playing, especially with the news of the new lockdown and elite sports still carrying on. We're very, very lucky.
I also really like the decision by Premier 15's that games are postponed and not cancelled. I think it's really important that people are playing. If it's safe to play, I think it means a lot to players and coaches and supporters and everyone.
Yeah, I think those games are really important for people.
0 supporters here today, but hopefully you're enjoying the coverage. We'll be taking you right through till the end of this one as Mo Hunt chips forward, tries to get on the end of it, but has to settle for making the tackle. Sure, I speak on behalf of everybody here at Gloucester-Hartpury at the Alpas that they're very much looking forward to welcoming supporters back as Amelia Harper threatens to get away but can't do so. So Vivas tries to put a bit of width on it. Feet from Golden. Loughborough Lightning. Feels like a long time since they've been in the Gloucester-Hartpury half, and they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Oh, how is that for footwork? Fantastic stuff. But again, forcing the offload is the outside half, Helena Rowland.
You're always under pressure, always going backwards. We'll come back for the knock-on.
There are a few times she's just threatened to get away, and that's the second time. The offload hasn't quite stuck, but somebody on the shoulder.
The skills in her toolbox are amazing. She's a great kicker. I think she's really performed well in the Premier 15 since coming back from Sevens. It's good to see her back in 15s.
The score remains Gloucester-Hartpury 14, Loughborough Lightning 7. Our clock now in the red, the clock in the stadium counting down 2. That says 2:47 remaining.
I don't want to tempt fate, but I think the last sort of 10-15 minutes of play we've predominantly played up in Loughborough's half. I think that's really a key for us to carry forward into that second half.
Well, playing in the right areas is something that Sean Lynn highlighted in his pre-match interview.
Oh, I do. Yeah, just about.
And another close scoreline potentially here. You've had a few throughout the season, some that you've been on the right side of, some that you've been on the wrong side of. Free kick coming, so Gloucester-Hartpury should have the final attack of the half. Hunt to get us back underway. Oh, just hoisting that one to the edge of the 22. There'll be a challenge on the kick, but it's well taken by Vivas. She's had a good 35 minutes for Loughborough Lightning as the scrum half. There's Trevarthen.
You're going to roll
Another penalty. Another unnecessary penalty for Gloucester-Hartpury. So from thinking that they were going to have the last attack of the first half, that will not be the case unless there's a touch missed here, which there is. Another let off for the home team. Fahy thinks about it and then takes on Abby Brown.
Great carry.
Yeah, Beth and Lewis taking Gloucester-Hartpury back up to halfway. Hunt looks both ways, but then goes open. Large.
It's a great latch from Shire then as well. Really gained some ground from that carry.
Tackle!
Counting down to half-time. Large puts boot to ball. I'm going to drop into no man's land, and Golden knocks it on. The referee says backwards first.
I think from a game management point now, it's really important we play out this last minute and 15 seconds really cleverly. Win this line out and keep ball and make sure it doesn't get in Loughborough's hands to get back and potentially get on a scoreboard before half-time.
If you're watching Premier 15's rugby for the first time this season, the halves are 35 minutes each. Our clock is up to 40 now. Not the cleanest ball, but it does come back Gloucester-Hartpury way. Suggestion of a high tackle there on the 10, but referee in a great position to allow play to continue. Hunt attempting the wraparound, it's scrappy, but the ball hasn't gone forward, so Kelly Smith can drive it forward. Wow. Interesting tackle there. Certainly physical out there. For the time of year, great conditions to play rugby in as well, which we certainly didn't think we'd be saying just a few days ago. But Gloucester-Hartpury really with a bit between their teeth here, back, knocking on the door of the Lightning 22. Could they strike again before half-time? London Nelson clashing in midfield. Here's Large. The inside pass to Crab. Riley King lining up for it.
Tackle!
Good carry from her.
No, tackle, let go! Let go! The ball is there. The ball is there.
Lewis again. Scarrett putting the shoulder in this time. It's been quite a tough first half. There are a few tired looking bodies out there. Still got a half of rugby to go. Large drives that one to the heart of the Loughborough 22. It's Rowland chasing back. Sends it back with interest. Will that take us to half-time? Yes, it will. Well, what an interesting 35 minutes plus interest of rugby. Gloucester-Hartpury 14, Loughborough Lightning 7. Gloucester-Hartpury opened the scoring inside the first minute. Loughborough struck pretty much immediately back. It was 7-all after 6 minutes. Then there was the penalty try and all the confusion here. I mean, I didn't see it. Thankfully, you two didn't either. So it wasn't just me. But that is where we are. The home team, Gloucester-Hartpury, in their must-win fixture are 7 points to the good. Zoe, your thoughts on what we've seen in that opening half?
Yeah, I think it's a very even match so far. I think that both teams have showed some threats. I think Gloucester have obviously come out on top, but I think this is the same last season. We were leading at half-time, and Loughborough came back and took it away from us.
And Connie, what's impressed you with both teams, really? Because there were plenty of positives in both camps going into half-time.
I think Zoe's touched on it. The Loughborough backs are looking really dangerous, and if they can get those offloads to stick, I think we'll be in big trouble. From Gloucester, I'm impressed with the play in Loughborough's red zone.
Well, this was the first try. At this point, Gloucester-Hartpury had not even touched the ball. In fact, it was 3 touches, 1 on the charge down, 1 on the pickup, then 1 on the offload, and they were already on the board. Great awareness there, firstly from Brock with the charge down, then Pinnock. This was Loughborough striking back immediately. One for the set-piece fans amongst you. You like the way Loughborough attacked the line out, Zoe?
Yeah, definitely. I think they've been really clinical. They've been getting it right at the top, and also the players that have come off the back of the line out, and they're really hitting the seam and gaining ground from in that area.
So this was Loughborough equalising. The conversion was good. Seemed to take an eternity, but they did have the advantage come in, so it was a free shot at it. They didn't need it, and at this point we were all square. Now let's have a look at this here. It must have been Loughborough pulling down the line out. We have the same view as you. It is a low camera angle here at the Alpas. So that was the referee awarding it. We were a little bit tighter in this time. And Katie Trevarthen was in there trying to cause a little bit of carnage.
I think you can just see at the back there, Courtney Holtkamp just pulls it down, gets on the back of Bethan and just pulls the whole thing down.
And those were the only scores then, 14-7 at half time. The three of us are off to do some star jumps to try and get some blood back in our extremities, but we'll be back soon with the second half of this, round 10 in the Allianz Premier 15's.
We all miss rugby.
Training. Playing.
Supporting.
This pandemic might have paused the game,
but it hasn't taken away our spirit.
Throughout the lockdown, we have found new ways to come together and help each other.
We have turned our clubhouse into a food hub.
Teamwork comes natural to us.
Respect is in our blood.
Just a big thank you for all that you're doing.
Saving lives day in, day out.
We know how to have a laugh.
And cry.
We dig in when it gets tough.
Anything happens, good, bad, ugly, anything, we're into the next thing. We're throwing all of ourselves into the next thing.
And leave it all on the pitch.
This is our strength, and it will be the secret to rebuilding our wonderful sport.
And so the season changes. This is where we play. The red tinge of fading leaves and the tingle of wearing red. The shiver of hopes relit. Warmth on cold days, bitten by frost, burning in the heat. The tingle of red and the tangle of red. The confusion of it all. The simplicity of it all. This is home.
Standing in the street, the sun is in the east. Calling out the beast, the tiger underneath.
family feel that you get from being here.
Hartpury life, it doesn't stand still.
They do really look at you as an individual rather than just a person in a massive population.
There's so many options open to you. It is amazing the fact that you're immersed in such a diverse campus.
You meet like-minded people that really want to be in the same industry. It's really specialist, it has the facilities that are just not similar to any other universities.
It's a really friendly, relaxed atmosphere. It's such a nice place to be.
No matter where you're from, no matter what background, whatever, you always feel as if you fit in.
A great deep dive there into Hartpury University, which is where we are. This is the Allianz Arena and round 10 of Allianz Premier 15s. It's Gloucester-Hartpury within 14, Loughborough Lightning 7. Absolutely loads going on aside from rugby here at Hartpury as well. Sports academies, got men's rugby, women's rugby. Actually, you two are back. How many of the 10 sports academies here at Gloucester-Hartpury can you name? Men's rugby and women's rugby. There are 8 more.
Question.
Netball.
Hang on, start again. I hadn't turned your microphones on. Men's rugby, women's rugby, go on.
Rowing.
Netball.
Yeah.
Equine.
Yeah.
Agriculture.
Modern pen.
Modern pentathlon, yeah.
Golf.
Golf.
Football.
Men's football and women's football. You're close. Athlete performance is the one you didn't get. That's good though.
Who would get that?
Yeah. 900 student athletes involved in the 10 sports academies, but we are going to give our concentration to the 15 in red and white playing against the 15 in pink and African violet. This is shaping up to be a brilliant second half here.
Is African violet the shade of pink?
Are you asking me if violet is pink?
No, I'm not.
African violet is the official Loughborough purple as Helena Rowland gets her hands on the ball in the second half for the first time. I think we might see some floodlights here shortly as dusk just starts to settle. I've already said it, the conditions for this time of year about perfect. Pitch in great condition given the weather we've had, and everything shaping up for a great 35 minutes of rugby as Amelia Harper goes up the wing, tries to put Rona Lloyd into space. Perhaps the pass was a little bit early. And Gloucester-Hartpury with some defending to do early on. Tisha Harper carries a heavy ball and Loughborough Lightning win the penalty. This is the start to the second half that they'll be after. So Rowland kicks to touch. And Loughborough Lightning with a great attacking line out. Lark Davis with a position that Kelsey Jones found a jumper and scored from in the first half. So job one done for Loughborough Lightning. Oh, and they've gone early as well towards the line, over the line, and that's the second try for Loughborough. For the second time in the match, Gloucester-Hartpury expecting the drive, but the ball comes out quickly and Loughborough Lightning make it count. There's Trevarthen going up that blind side, driven on by Courtney Holtkamp.
Yeah, that's an area that is good to hit, because obviously it's just the 9 and the winger in the channel, so we've got the big forwards running at the smaller players. And very good execution from Loughborough.
And just like the first half, a very quick try. Scarrett here with the conversion. And just as I suspected, the floodlights now on, making an immediate difference as well. So Scarrett to level things.
No.
Didn't quite catch all of that. Emily Scarrett. So it is game on, but Gloucester-Hartpury still with a narrow lead, 14-12. Yeah, just another look at that. Trevarthen backed up by the big second rower Holtkamp. Very difficult for those outside backs to stop. Big ball carrying forward with momentum. Kerry Large kicks us back off into the 22. Malcolm.
No, let go. Hands in.
Another penalty.
You weren't on the ball first time, and then you put your hands in to pull the ball back.
Do you think the most disciplined team wins this match in this second half?
Yeah, I definitely do, especially with the score so close and probably quite similar outfits. So I think that penalty count is massive.
Go for it first time and then pull the ball rather than the second time.
Another good clearance kick there from Rowland. She's got a real cannon of a right boot. Lightning back in the Gloucester-Hartpury half. On the 10-metre line. Holtkamp takes it. Good pick up off the toes there by Rowland.
Back! Back!
Loose from Scarrett. Lightning get away with it though. Again, it's Trevarthen taking it on, so Malcolm. Vivas finds Rowland. Has a little dart herself. Swung to the floor by Buggy. Here's Menin in at outside half. Does very well there through Large. Again, makes more metres than she had any right to. Lark Davis. Here's Rowland. Oh, well disguised pass, and Harper scythes through. Trevarthen again. She's going through a lot of work early in this second half. Is Nelson.
Let's not talk about Carl, shall we? No,
Loughborough Lightning really with a bit between their teeth here. Nelson finding Scarrett. Now there's space. Lloyd's the option. Lloyd gets it and dots it down. Rona Lloyd, 7 tries in 6 games for her now. And Loughborough Lightning lead for the first time this afternoon.
They've definitely come out the blocks after half time.
Yeah, not a huge amount the fullback could do there. Kelly Smith was tracking back, but Rona Lloyd, clinical finisher, but that's about the easiest one she'll have this season. Gloucester-Hartpury 14, Loughborough Lightning 17.
Yeah, I think Gloucester have just let off their defence from the first half just at the moment. I think we need to be a bit more intense in making our tackles and getting off the line a bit more to keep these Loughborough Lightning back in their own half.
Okay, we've got the try off the back of it.
Despite those 2 quick-fire tries, it's still only a 3-point lead for Lightning. Scarrett out wide. It wasn't a great strike for the previous conversion attempt. Better strike this time. Doesn't quite have the legs though, so the score remains Gloucester-Hartpury 14, Loughborough Lightning 17. 2 attacks, 2 tries.
I know Linny at half time definitely would have been going on about the first 10 minutes coming out of the changing room, and I think we need to get straight back at Loughborough now and get some points from the board or show a bit of dominance. Don't let them come back at us again.
Going pretty deep with the kick-off, and again Rachel Malcolm is going to return it. Aggressive carry from her through the first tackler, and now Loughborough looking to play. Lizzie Golden, she's been quite impressive on her first start at 15, and that's exactly what Gloucester-Hartpury wanted. Georgia Brock.
She's so strong over those balls.
I've seen her in the warm-up practicing that jackal technique, so that's paid off for her. She always pops up when you want her to, doesn't she?
Well, it was her early intervention that led to that first try. Could this be another key contribution from Georgia Brock? Gloucester-Hartpury straight back in the Lightning 22. Here's Kelsey Jones. They're looking like they're going to throw a jumper up at the front here, which they do, but doesn't stop Bethan Lewis. No, Jones takes her position. So Bianca Blackburn's on at 9. She did score off the bench last time out. It's a different dynamic now. Bethan Lewis. Always involved, Bethan Lewis.
Okay, advantage.
A key component of the success of this Gloucester-Hartpury team. This attack, though, it's just hit the skids a little bit.
Just keep them up.
But this is a free go at it. This one, with the advantage coming. Can they conjure up a bit of magic here? Blackburn.
Advantage is still here.
Buggy takes it in. Here's Large, looking for the chip over the top, finds Smith.
Okay,
But nothing coming from it.
We come back.
So we will go back for
Offside.
the advantage. Now, I'll ask you again, points or corner?
Oh, do you know what? I think here it'd be good to take
Please
the
make
points
sure you are 10.
to get a bit closer to Loughborough and keep that our scoreboard ticking every time we get in that 22 coming away with definite points.
Well, it would level things, but I don't think they're going to, you know. Bryony King. Oh, I thought Bryony King was looking for the quick one, but now they're going to go for the corner. Keeping the options open, keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, I think with this next drive we just really need to make sure we're staying square and going forward rather than just crabbing along the field, across the field. I think we've got our heads in a really good position, but we just need to make sure we're driving forward rather than across the field.
So Kelsey Jones with another shot at it. Loughborough again shaping to challenge at the front. And again it goes to Lewis. Gloucester-Hartpury hold their nerve. Can they hold it all the way over the line? Here's Jones. Goes early. Rachel Lund. There's plenty of space to the left-hand side if they can get it there, but Bryony King knocks it on. A frustrated Zoe next to me stamps her foot. Hopefully it's not the bad one, Zoe. Careful. Is it the same injury you've both got? Because you've both got the same right ankle. Is it the same injury too?
No, very different.
Okay. Oh, do you know, I thought we were going to get that one there. You'd have had to catch it.
On your head.
Have you ever caught one in a crowd?
I don't think I have actually.
No, I haven't. No. I don't catch one in a game.
I remember being at a game years ago and somebody caught it in the crowd. They pulled a Sharpie out of their pocket, signed the ball and then threw it back, which I thought was great. Oh, here we go off the front there. Bethan Lewis. He did say that she was always involved, but just like that, the referee brings them back. Thought we were going to have a training ground special.
I know they were practicing that on Thursday.
It's great to see things like that come to fruition. As the kick turns Kelly Smith. But more promising here from Gloucester-Hartpury as Smith runs that one into Trevarthen. Buggy. I do apologise, it was Keris Hale. Again, Vivas up off the line to make the tackle. Huge defensive shift from the Loughborough scrum half today.
Last time we played Loughborough, she was she was everywhere in defence. She does get about very well.
Yeah, she was player of the match last time. She got a couple of tries too. Gudela Vivas. Here Megan Davey, who've been dominating the 9 jersey for Loughborough, who are back on the edge of Gloucester-Hartpury's 22. Rowland, Scarrett. Lightning having a cut back inside. And they're lining up for carries here. Here's Trevarthen again. These little tips in midfield trying to offset the Gloucester-Hartpury defence, but the home team turned it over. Yes, they have.
It and then you rip it on the floor.
This is a good game, you know. You two are probably incredibly nervous watching it, but
and Pink rip the ball on
another
the floor.
great advert for Allianz Premier 15's. but you cannot miss touch with kicks like that. A let off for Lightning, and now Rowland can bring it forward again. You see some more of that footwork, a little chip over the top. She tries to chase it herself. Gloucester-Hartpury let it bounce, and Rowland can gather her own kick. Great chase from the Loughborough 10 as Rachel Malcolm takes it on. Tackle made by Blackburn. Replacement scrum half in the scrum cap for Gloucester-Hartpury. Holtkamp trundles it forward. Here's Trevarthen. Now Rowland. Big pass off the left hand. Abby Brown's out there. Abby Brown gets through a few tacklers. Great strength in the contact zone there from the Loughborough right winger.
Advantage. Slowing the ball.
Harper. Advantage coming for Loughborough as well, so they've got a free shot at it this time.
Okay, so she's got to roll quicker.
But they won't have a free shot for long.
Well, okay?
As the penalty's given, so again Rowland is going to kick for the corner, and again Gloucester-Hartpury have got some defensive questions to answer. Now interestingly, looking at the league table, before today Loughborough on 29 points, Gloucester-Hartpury on 20, with a game in hand.
Ooh, sorry.
Were Loughborough to score a try here and get that try bonus, that could have a huge impact on the table come the end of the season, and Gloucester-Hartpury's aspirations of getting into that top
She's
four.
fine, that's not a problem, but you're early on the lifters. For a 4.
Yeah, I think it's massive for Gloucester-Hartpury this season to start coming away from these big games with points. We compete, but if we don't come away with points, that's going to affect us towards the end of the season.
Little nudge to the corner as Gloucester-Hartpury
Let's get the time in, please.
warming up some replacements. Think we're going to see Robin Locke and Tabitha Copson before too long.
6 and 7. Number 6 and then number 7, please. Subs. No, you're
Changes in the back row as well. So Georgia Brock and Bethan Lewis coming off. So Locke and Copson. So will Robin go at hooker or flanker, do you think?
I think she'll go on a back row. Yeah, at flank. She's just she's in a transition period between back row and hooker, which makes a fab player.
It's a very versatile player, which we see plenty in this league as Holtkamp takes it now. Loughborough start to creep towards the line. These huge moments for both teams, not just in the context of this game, but in the context of the wider league as well. It's looking good for Lightning. It is good for Lightning. That's a 4th try. That's the bonus point. And that extends the lead to beyond a converted try as well. That is a huge moment in the context of this game. Loughborough Lightning 22, Gloucester-Hartpury 14.
I think we've been talking about this game about playing in the right areas, but it's pointless playing in the right areas if you don't come away with points, and Loughborough are able to do that, and obviously Gloucester haven't been able to do that as yet, but hopefully going forward we'll be able to. We've got 20 minutes left, so hopefully.
But it's still only an 8-point gap for Gloucester-Hartpury, but losing that bonus point, or Loughborough gaining that bonus point, is a real hammer blow. That takes them up to 30. So they're now 4 points behind Wasps, who are in 3rd place, whose game against Harlequins was cancelled today. That would have been a cracking game, you know. Quins versus Wasps at Surrey Sports Park. But it just means we've got another great game to look forward to, and that's rescheduled.
Hopefully all these games will be played towards the summer months, are a bit warmer.
Successful conversion this time from Scarrett as well, so that extends Lightning's lead. 24-14 now here at the Alpas Arena. Just another look at this, clinical from Lightning's forwards. Once you get a roll on, so difficult to defend, nigh on impossible to defend. And that is now a 10-point lead, 17 unanswered points for Loughborough Lightning, which will be worrying for Gloucester-Hartpury.
I think it's important our heads don't go down now. We've got to keep our heads up and believe that we are still in this game.
A good clearance kick up the tram lines. And what Loughborough really struggled to do in the first half was spend time in the Gloucester-Hartpury half, which they've done with aplomb so far in the second. Still plenty of rugby left. And about 20 minutes to go as Lightning make a change as well. Leah Bartlett coming on.
She's yet to get a start for Lightning is Leah Bartlett. She's last in the squad for their victory against Exeter Chiefs. Georgia Bradley coming on as well. She's former Hartpury, I think.
Yeah, she was my second year. We had Georgia Bradley in my year and a Georgia Bradley in the year above.
Too many Georgia Bradleys. How do you feel seeing an ex-teammate, colleague if you like, putting on another team strip? I mean, it's going to happen more and more as this league develops, but how does that make you feel, Zoe?
I mean, everyone branches out, so yeah, fine about it.
It's a very media-friendly answer. I want to hear some hate. Now, Gloucester-Hartpury with ball in hand, something we've not had a huge amount of in the second half. Need to make something happen, but it's difficult in this part of the pitch, particularly with kicks like that. Vivas at the blind side. She's got Lloyd outside her. Menin wants it, Menin gets it, now Goulden. Talling crashes forward. Switch inside to Scarrett. Great tackle on Scarrett as well. Stops her in her tracks, and Vivas picks and goes, and Goulden end over end back into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. And Lightning playing the territory game very well at the moment.
Yeah, very well. I think they're playing us at our own game to some extent. We were playing that. We played territory really well just before half time. Like I said, probably the last 10-15 minutes we predominantly spent a lot of the time in Loughborough's half. So, and probably should have got more success from it, but stopped Loughborough having success. So that's exactly what they're doing for us now.
We're taking the water break in the second half. Cara Hope is going to come on in the front row for Gloucester-Hartpury as well, as both teams start to ring the changes.
I think that's a full Welsh international front row now.
Wales v England.
Wales v England.
There it is. So it was a great first half for Gloucester-Hartpury. It's been a great second half for Loughborough Lightning. 3 tries since the restart. They've got the try bonus secured. Now, there are some ambitions for Gloucester-Hartpury here. First and foremost, of course, to win the rugby match. But they are still chasing 2 tries for the try bonus point themselves. And also the victory. As I've mentioned a few times in terms of the narrative, Gloucester-Hartpury have beaten every team below them in the league and lost to every team above them, as have Loughborough Lightning. This is an opportunity today to buck that trend.
Ready, Marin? Ready?
Looking at the fixtures still to come as well for Gloucester-Hartpury. Sale Sharks away next up. It's a cracking game down here. 17-14 it finished up. And then Saracens away, Bristol Bears at home, Quins away.
There you go. Alright, sign back on.
Challenges every Saturday pretty much. But there are gaps between league games for those ones that are postponed, as that's been fumbled and it's back with Lightning. Mistakes starting to creep in for Gloucester-Hartpury that weren't there in the first half, as Amelia Harper takes it on into the 22. Here's Menin again. The work rate of these Loughborough forwards has been absolutely exemplary. And here's Lark Davis, try machine.
Advantage is over!
Incidentally, on a hat-trick. Holtkamp with the advantage over. She careers towards the line. Oh, she scored as well. What an effort that is from Courtney Holtkamp. Pure power from the second row, taking Gloucester-Hartpury defenders with her.
I think, like you just said as well, that comes from Loughborough's forwards' work rate. That was fantastic, leading her up there, and she rightly so finished that off.
There's 5 tries now for Loughborough, 4 of them coming in this second half. And Gloucester-Hartpury in real danger of disappearing out of this game.
That's the same for me as well.
More game changers warming up for Gloucester-Hartpury. We've got Ellie Underwood, who I think we'll be seeing shortly, and Amber Robson too.
I think it is, but...
Gloucester-Hartpury 14, Loughborough Lightning 29. been a very different second half, hasn't it?
12, Fred. 12. And number 3 as
So
well.
Underwood comes on wearing 22. Wearing number 18 is Amber Robson. She'll be coming on in place of Keris Hale.
Just give us 2 seconds.
Yeah. Go in the forward.
Well done, mate. Perfect. When you're ready, off you go.
So we didn't have the Welsh international front row on for long. Well, they've let that restart bounce, Lightning, but it has come back Lizzie Golden's way. And Shields bailed out as well by Hannah Jones. Good solid shot there from the outside centre.
She's in possession of the ball, she's ready to touch, yeah? Okay, cool.
Emma Singh is going to come on for Gloucester-Hartpury as well. It's the first time she's been in the squad since the Bristol Bears game back in November.
9, 15 Gloucester, 2 seconds. Hang on. Time is off. You're making substitutions both sides.
And Megan Davey is going to come on to finish the match for Loughborough Lightning as well.
Perfect.
So she'll replace Ella Vivas, who once again has had a great game against Gloucester-Hartpury.
Ella was my second year at college, so I know Ella quite well, and I think she's over the last few seasons transitioned to that into that scrum half position, which she plays so well.
Say that pretty much everyone's been to Hartpury at some stage, haven't they? I keep referring to it as a rugby factory. The amount of talent that you manage to churn out in the men's and the women's game is phenomenal. We need some of that talent now. 13 minutes of this one to go. 15 points behind, so 3 scores required for Gloucester-Hartpury. And the line out for Loughborough Lightning has tightened up in this second half too. So look to run their way out to the 22.
Wait.
Another huge boot downfield. But some broken field to run at here for the home team. Good chase on the kick, but a missed tackle. Boot to ball, but that's unchallenged, and Lizzie Golding puts in the next round of kick tennis, gets a good bounce on that too. So Kerry Large, a little bit isolated here, can find the pass to Blackburn, and wants to put one more on it. Oh, lined up by Holtkamp, the try scorer. And that met with cheers from the very small contingent of Loughborough travellers too. 0 fans here, so it is only replacements and staff. The new rules brought into place as well. You can't bring any players who aren't on duty either, so it really is bare minimum of people here inside the Al Pass Arena.
Oops, sorry.
It's the same in the men's game too. They've banned celebrating tries in the Gallagher Premiership. You can't celebrate tries.
I guess it's just to maybe reduce the contact time, maybe, which, if that's how we can play rugby, I guess you got to do what you got to do.
It's a strange one, but we'll see how it goes. Some more changes for Lightning. Bryony Field comes on. She's been on the bench for 5 weeks since she started against Worcester Warriors. And then Jill Burke and Abby Dugood as well.
Great shift from all 3 forwards coming off, I'd say. They've been really, really essential in this team.
Well, they've allowed the platform for Loughborough to get back into the match, to get themselves in front and to secure that bonus point. And possibly even more, a 5-pointer for Loughborough here. It would be very difficult for Gloucester-Hartpury to get into that top 4. And Kerry Large having to work very hard there. Loughborough seems to have got a lot more organised in defence in the last sort of 5 minutes or so, and that's making it very difficult for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, I think from Gloucester-Hartpury it looks like there's a little bit of indecision going on in that 9-10 channel. I think we really need to sharpen that up a bit and decide what we're going to do.
I think it's time we exit as well. I think Kerry tried to there, but We need to get our exit strategy into play and get out of our 22.
No, leave. So you've lifted the ball, Bianca.
Well, Gloucester-Hartpury are out of their 22 now. What that does mean, of course, is they can't exit straight to touch. So expect this ball to be in play for a little while longer yet. Here's Rowland. She's met by a couple of worthy red defenders. Plenty of vitriol in the contact zone. Oh, there's a chip over the top, looking for Lloyd. Doesn't quite get the bounce, but Golden hacks it forward. Now it's a foot race. Bryony King is back there to pick up the pieces, but Gloucester-Hartpury defending their try line again. Very, very smart kick, in fact, just to relieve the pressure and allow the forwards to fill their lungs, because they will be feeling that.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, some definitely hard-working forwards out there on the pitch today.
When you start back, what do you think's going to hurt more, the leg or the lungs?
Lungs.
Lungs.
So Megan Davey there is a first touch for her, and now Scarrett. Rona Lloyd off her wing, looking for work as we're into the last 10 minutes here at the Alpas. And it is all Loughborough Lightning. 4 unanswered tries in this second half. And unless something changes drastically, they'll be adding 5 points to the ledger in the Allianz Premier 15's table. Here's Scarrett again. He's just off the ball there from Abby Brown. So knock-on advantage to Gloucester-Hartpury. They've got hands on the ball anyway.
Good steal, okay, but there's no advantage from the knock-on. We go back for the free kick. 20's
It's
perfect.
looking a lot like the game is getting away from Gloucester-Hartpury now. No such thing as a lost cause, certainly with 8 minutes to go. We've seen stranger things happening. But what do you want to see from your team in these final phases?
I think just a bit of belief from everybody that we can win. We can win. We know we can. We play like we can, and I think it's just important that we get that dominance back and play that territory game well.
Full red, and then you had someone for Loughborough as well.
More changes. Alicia Maud coming on for Gloucester-Hartpury. Ellen Ramsbottom, we're in number 23. A very fresh kit for Loughborough Lightning. Lizzie Golden. I'm putting you guys on a 3-minute warning as well. 66 minutes as Loughborough chip over the top. Just kept that within as well. Good work from Abby Brown. I want an Allianz Premier 15's player of the match from you as well. So have a discussion. There can be a few candidates from either side. This advantage comes here for Loughborough Lightning. They've got their hands on the ball as well. Bartlett. Got a touch on it. We're in number 17 with the second half replacements. Here's Emma Hardy. A couple of tries to her name already this season. Emma Hardy scored against Bristol, scored against Worcester. Exit in the West Country. Maybe she can get another one today. Oh, massive shot on Rachel Malcolm. Gloucester-Hartpury certainly still dishing it in defence. They've just been starved of territory and possession in this second half. It's been clinical from Loughborough Lightning. As Hardy comes again, still Hardy. Up to the 22. Ellen Ramsbottom really wants it on the other side of the pitch here. I wonder if they will look up and in fact put the cross kick in, because there is space if they can get it there. Instead, Leah Bartlett crashes it into midfield. Jill Burke adding a little bit of weight, but back on the edge of the 22. Here's Hardy. She's got plenty of hands on the ball since coming on, but it's spilt and hacked forward. So all that good work undone by Loughborough Lightning. Hannah Jones chasing her own kick, and Emily Scarrett pumping it back into the Gloucester-Hartpury half. So 5 minutes to go on our clock. I don't want the player of the match yet, but give me a couple of the candidates.
I think Rachel Malcolm has been a great leader. She's been a great leader in the lineup. She's carried hard also. I think that Hella Rowland, obviously, she always has a great game, but she's really carried the ball to the line, and when the kicks have been needed, she's put them in the right area of the field, which is what we said was important in this game.
And from Gloucester-Hartpury?
I think Georgia Brock's played really well today. Popped up a lot, got through a lot of work. I think Kerry Larger's got us out of a lot of positions as well, and Beth Ann Lewis has definitely shone in that forward pack.
Well, that's the top 5. I'll get the number 1 from you in a couple of minutes' time. But now Gloucester-Hartpury looking to finish with a flourish. Scrappy line-out ball, but it has come back on a red and white side. So here's
She's not lifting the ball, she's on the
Blackburn. That's much more like it. Gloucester-Hartpury with a clean break. They've been a rarity. Nobody there in the supporting line though. And finally some front foot ball. What can they do with it? Little chip over the top. Lizzie Golden chasing back. She's under pressure as the Loughborough 15.
No, she doesn't. No.
Does well to calm things down.
It's a great carry in the midfield there from Robin Locke.
And it's been dropped as well. So Gloucester-Hartpury with a huge opportunity here to finish with a flourish. They need 2 tries for that try bonus. And 2 tries would also get them the losing bonus point too. 5:41 on the clock inside the stadium. There was the knock on. So if they're going to score, they need to score quickly. That's a good start. The Loughborough Lightning turn the screw and force the penalty after the first phase. And the opportunity passes by just like that.
Yeah, definitely Gloucester-Hartpury need to be more clinical down in that area.
It's always easy to look at the opportunities missed, but I think you've got to respect Loughborough Lightning's defence there, forcing the penalty, especially in a game, or a second half at least, where they've not had to do an awful lot of defending. Now Scarrett chipping over the top, beautiful kick as well. Finds Brown out there on the right-hand side, who again manages to get away from a defender. Great strength in the contact zone from Abby Brown. We've seen that a few times in this second half. There's Malcolm hitting the line hard again.
That's a great line.
Oh, that was so close from Rowland. Again, wriggling around the defender. One day, all of those short balls will stick from her and we'll have 3 highlight reel tries. She's an exceptional talent.
On 10, please.
Right, the next stoppage after this, I want your player of the match, please. In the meantime, Bryony King runs that one into contact. There's Robson, front row replacement. Large again. There's Jones. Kelsey Jones. And strength in the contact zone from her this time. Large. Plenty of numbers here for Gloucester-Hartpury, but instead they put Bootable. Good kick as well. Turns Rowland. Just bought herself some time with that footwork, just allowing reinforcements to arrive. Smart play again from the Loughborough 10.
Great defence from Kelly Smith there to get that chase. Great work, great.
Take him back!
Scarrett the kicking option this time. Not a lot on for Gloucester-Hartpury, so they put boot to ball. And the mark called by Scarrett. And with that, I'd like your player of the match, please.
I think a joint decision from me and Con, and we've chosen Courtney Holtkamp as our player of the match. I think she's just been absolutely everywhere today. She's had some solid runs, a try. She's been great in the line out, great defensively, and all round just great, to be honest.
One for the second row union as well.
Yeah.
Courtney Holtkamp.
I've appreciated her work.
Courtney Holtkamp is the Allianz 15 player of the match. Oh, do you know what? We saw an old-fashioned spiral from that restart there. That is an underutilised skill in the modern game. Took me back. Anyway, congratulations, Courtney. It's looking like 5 points and a player of the match for her and Loughborough Lightning today.
I think it's worth mentioning since Emma Singh's come on, she's got through a lot of work.
From a coaching perspective, that's what you want, isn't it? Players coming on, looking busy, looking for work.
Especially when you're playing in a game like this, you're down and you need a bit of fire to come on. She's definitely brought that to the Gloucester-Hartpury side.
And there's Kelly Smith at the right-hand side. What a dangerous player. She's not had the space that she usually thrives in today.
Well held then from Cara Hope.
It's a spirited finish from Gloucester-Hartpury. There's Maud. Gets the offload away. Rams bottom. The left of replacement makes the tackle. There's Large again. Dancing feet from Wood, but losing ground there. A lot of energy in this Loughborough defence, given that we're a minute away from the end of the match. Wow, miracle save there from Hope. That looked like it was going to be a knock-on, but did very, very well to keep it off the ground. Oh, 23 on 23, Rams bottom on Singh. Harper with the tackle. But eventually the defensive pressure tells. And it'll be a free kick to Loughborough. Temperature's dropped again here in the last sort of 5-10 minutes. I think this one's going to end just in time before the snow starts to roll in. That blue sky's gone, it's all clouds overhead. Two shivering co-commentators behind me. Lovely pickup, great hands from Roland. Her stock's gone up again after today. She is incredibly well thought of at this level. Scarrett, little dab over the top, comes back Gloucester-Hartpury's way, so they might have the last laugh after all. This player of the match, Holtkamp there, attempting a big shot in the middle of the park, but instead it's great footwork by Bryony King into the 22, gets the handoff away, onto Good, driving towards the line. Would have been a spectacular solo effort, but eventually she ran out of momentum, but Emma Singh is there, and Gloucester-Hartpury do finish with a flourish. It's not going to be enough for a win, it's not going to be enough for a bonus point, but all of that attacking, all of that midfield graft pays off. And Bryony King, we dared to dream, that would have been absolutely stunning. But she just could not get the momentum to get there.
I think as well, Bryony will be one of the youngest players on the pitch. So for her to do that in the last minute of the game is fab, and great from Emma Singh to be on her shoulder to finish that off then.
Fantastic try. This could well be the last kick of the game to take Gloucester-Hartpury up to 21. Now, for you guys watching at home, if you've ever seen a terrible cabaret hypnotist who has hypnotised someone to pretend they are riding a horse at the races, that's what you two looked like when you were trying to urge Bryony over the line there. So the conversion to take Gloucester-Hartpury up to 21 in a losing cause, where they've bookended this match with great tries. Emma Singh to convert her own try, which she does. And Gloucester-Hartpury do in fact bookend this match with converted tries. Full time here at the Allianz Arena. It is Gloucester-Hartpury 21, Loughborough Lightning with the bonus point victory 29. They strengthen their grip on the top four. And while Gloucester-Hartpury have pretty much got to go undefeated for the rest of the season now, it is a massive ask, particularly with Saracens and Harlequins still to come. But if you know anything about Gloucester-Hartpury rugby, you know to never say never. Connie, Zoe, your thoughts on that? As Gloucester-Hartpury players, but also as a match in general.
I think it was a great game from both sides. I think both, like, the try lights are on now. Georgia Brock with that at the start of the game. Harlequin's very clinical in their line out and what they play off that line out. Loughborough even, sorry. So I think, yeah, been an exciting game.
So we're seeing highlights of the first half here. This is where Loughborough Lightning equalised. They had to work hard. It didn't take a huge amount of time for them to get back into it, but they did have to work hard and they did have to be clinical. After that, this was Gloucester-Hartpury's reward for their great work in the first half. Do you feel, Zoe, that you could have perhaps added more points in the first half and that could have been the difference at this stage now?
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a couple of opportunities when we were in their 22. Even in the second half, we even had those opportunities where we just couldn't quite finish off. And I think going forward, we really need to look and be really clinical in that area and make sure once we get there, we are coming away with points.
Rhys Edwards sees Loughborough Lightning as championship contenders. If I've said it once, I've said it 20 times in this match. They've beaten every team below them in the league. They've not beaten anybody above them in the league. Do you think if they can put together 70 minutes, like the 35 minutes that they put together in the second half, that they can be contenders come the end of the season?
I think the thing about this league is anyone in this league is a contender. I think the top 4/top 5, even top 6 this year is exciting. I think that's how the league's going. So I think absolutely, I think anybody could be a top league contender this year.
Well, maybe we are looking at the top 4 now. It's Harlequins, Saracens, Wasps and Loughborough Lightning. Gloucester-Hartpury still there mathematically, as are Exeter Chiefs, who had a great bonus point victory away at Bristol Bears today. I mean, Bristol Bears, they can certainly beat anybody on their day with the amount of pace they've got there. But Loughborough Lightning securing that bonus point victory. That was the moment that they got the bonus point. And then, of course, we had that individual effort from Courtney Holtkamp, that superb strength that we'll see shortly. What have we learnt about the character of Gloucester-Hartpury today? You knew the game was gone, but you still played right till the end, still got that converted try at the end. Plenty of positives to take from this, if not the result.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've had to work on the last couple of seasons, really about sticking in it until the end. Like sometimes we've felt short going into the second half, but I think today has really shown that we're improving on that, and then hopefully we can actually turn it around in the second half in the games in the rest of the season.
Yeah, same here. I think that there's one thing for certain about Gloucester, and that is that there's a lot of fight in us, and that try from Bryony there just shows how much dog we've got about us and how we'll fight a lot.
Oh, so close. She'll be gutted she didn't score that.
She must have been like 2 or 3 metres away.
But it was such a good line there. Just turned the defender, got inside Ellen Ransbottom, got inside the fullback Golden as well. Credit to Abby Dogood as well, because she didn't... Oh, it was there, wasn't it? Just reaching out. That was a try-saving tackle from her when she'd been handed off twice. Brilliant rugby. And then Emma Singh there dotting down at the end. That's her first try too, and to get the conversion as well. When you've got players coming through, even in a losing cause, to just have moments like that, she'll get confidence off the back of that too.
Yeah, definitely going in. There's lots of games left of this season, and I think that's what shows about this Gloucester side at the minute. Is the competition for shirts is massive, and I think she's definitely come on and made a statement. Sale Sharks away next for you. A team that on paper you should beat, but they gave you a great game down here. In fact, we watched that one together. They've improved a great deal, but you've got to be looking to bounce back with a victory. Yeah, I think we need to be looking to bounce back and show why that, yes, we're probably in 5th place, but why we should deserve to be in that top 4. I think that's massive to take up there.
And then Saracens, Bristol, Harlequins. The games come thick and fast, but thank you very much for joining us today. It's been great to keep you company. Thank you to Connie. Thank you to Zoe. Best of luck with the recovery as well. You were targeting this game. I didn't ask you when you both thought you might be back. Have you got a game in mind, perhaps, or are you keeping it under your hats for now?
I'll keep it under my hat for now. I'll do the same.
Well, watch this space. Very much looking forward to both of you running out again. But if you're not available, great to have you on commentary. You're welcome anytime. Full time here at the Alpas Arena. Loughborough Lightning 29, Gloucester-Hartpury 21. Gloucester-Hartpury remain in 5th place. Loughborough Lightning will be very confident now of reaching those playoffs. Thank you for joining us. Until we get the chance to speak again, goodbye.
family feel that you get from being here.
Hartpury life, it doesn't stand still.
They do really look at you as an individual rather than just a person in a massive population.
There's so many options open to you. It is amazing the fact that you're immersed in such a diverse campus.
You meet like-minded people that really want to be in the same industry. It's really specialist, it has the facilities that are just not similar to any other universities.
It's a really friendly, relaxed atmosphere. It's such a nice place to be.
No matter where you're from, no matter what background, whatever, you always feel as if you fit in.
With me, all my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute, she spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Gunner puts the afterburners on, Shannon Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clapp bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks around the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Ride with me, all my girls with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. Bristol Pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
All my girls with me.